All right, guys, so I'm back with my buddy Pete at Ford and Lincoln of Smithtown, and true to his word, after his vacation, he's letting me take a look at the Raptor today, and he even promised me I could drive it.
And Tony, this time I picked one with an automatic transmission for you. Good morning, Tony, and welcome back to Ford and Lincoln of Smithtown. I'm Pete Walters, and I'm here to share with you the Ford Raptor, which I know you've been excited about for weeks now. Let's start in the front. The Ford Raptor comes equipped with a 35-inch tire on a 17-inch rim. As we walk around the truck, you can notice the grille is totally different. The front fenders are a lot different than a regular F-150. This is an aluminum body truck on a carbon frame, carbon steel frame. Give it extra strength and rigidity. We have 3 lights in the grille, which you can always see when the Raptor's behind you at night. There's 3 lights and there's 1 on each fender. There's a couple rules in motor vehicles in New York. If the truck is over 80 inches wide, it needs to have 5 amber lights in the front. It's also a forward-facing camera with a washer. So when you're off-road, crawling through the rocks, you can see what's down below you. As we move around the truck, you'll see the tires again, big tires. That's the optional black rim. It comes standard with a black and aluminum rim. And when you're at the club, you can show everybody your Raptor key. We also have a little spotlight on the outer mirror. So at night, if you're driving, you want to see what's in the bushes next to your car, up to like 10 miles an hour, you can put the spotlight on. It'll shine out this side or the other side, left or right sides. Coming back around, capless fuel system. This truck is equipped with the Raptor graphics, which is an option. You can get it with or without the Raptor graphics. It's a personal preference. I kind of like them on the light color trucks. Let's get the spray and bed liner, and we have the optional Raptor applique on the back. Backup camera, easy open. Also, no hands. Watch this.
Nice.
Magic. Comes with a Class 4 trailer hitch, dual wiring harnesses, so you can have a 7-pin or a 4-pin trailer, and the dual exhaust. The tips are blacked out. We have big tow hooks on the rear and also in the front. And like in a traditional F-150, you don't sacrifice anything in this truck. You still have all the legroom you'd have in an F-150, and you also have the flat floor. So if you want to put something big in there, you can. And this is the performance package in it. Some of you may remember him as SVO. Now it's Ford Performance. One of the big features on the truck is the Fox suspension. It gives you over 13 inches of suspension travel to help absorb bumps and ruts and rocks when you're off-road. It's also one of the reasons we have the 35-inch tires with the small rim. Give you a lot of sidewall, also help you absorb bumps. Now, this comes with a Torsen front end. This allows you ultimate torque. Torque on demand with the 4-wheel drive system, and we have 6 settings for off-road. So you can set it up anywhere from light off-road or very heavy off-road use. On the inside of this truck, I don't know if you looked in this truck yet. This one's not ready for delivery yet. It hasn't been cleaned up. Let's go through some of the features on the inside of this baby. If you notice the size of this sunroof, and then we have the window in the back, which is great if you just want to get a little ventilation in the truck, or if you pick up a long molding at Home Depot or a curtain rod. We have a 500-watt stereo in here, navigation, plus this car is equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Audio. You can plug your cell phone into this car, and whatever maps you have, if you have Waze, it'll come right up on the screen, populate the screen, so you don't even need to use the factory nav, which is an awesome nav to start with. The seats are heated and cooled. So you have air-conditioned seats, so if you're in the desert or out in a hot beach, you get nice, cool seats. This truck is equipped with a heated steering wheel, so on a cold day, you don't have to have the blowers blowing on your hands to keep them warm. You just put your hands on the steering wheel. And I don't know if you noticed this little red line on the steering wheel here. When you're off-road, you know where center is. So if you're bouncing around, you don't come down with the wheels turned left or right, you got them straight.
That's pretty cool.
It can be very important if you're really hustling along off-road. This car is equipped with a trailer brake, so if you have a trailer with electronic brakes on it, or electronic hydraulic brakes, you can control the brakes from here. You can set them up to work proportionately with the weight in the trailer. We have several outlets in the truck, 12 volt. We also have 110 volt outlets. Not enough to run a blow dryer, but you can charge your phone, you can run your iPod off of it, you can run your laptop off of it. In here, there's 2 USB ports. They're both 2 amps. So they will charge a smartphone. We have the ultimate armrest. I don't know if you can see all this in here. Down here's another power outlet. We also have little notches for your cable, so if you plug something in, you don't crush the cables when you close the door. Now, I don't know if you also can see this over here. On the steering wheel, we have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and M for manual. When you go into M, you have paddle shifters, and they're big paddle shifters, so depending on where you're grasping the wheel, you can work the shifters high or low and give you the ultimate control off-road. Plus, we've given you a bunch of auxiliary switches, so if you want to mount more lights in the truck, which a lot of you do when you buy the Raptors, we've seen them with the light bars, all the switches are here. You don't have to start drilling into the dashboard. Also, on a hot day, the sunroof comes with a dark out shade, a blackout shade. It's going to stop halfway, but if you notice, it's going to totally black out the sun. So if you've been out in the sun too long, we've all had those days where you don't want to see the sun again for a couple hours, there you go. The stitching, I don't know if you can see the gray on the side of the seat over here.
Yep.
That's also available in orange.
Really? That's nice.
So if you want orange, it's available. It gives a little spice in the interior. We also have bed cleats, which are an accessory. They're right here. They bolt into the bed. They're kind of like cleats on a boat. So if you have cargo back there, you can strap it down in these for your tie downs. Under the hood, you're going to find a 3.5 liter V6. It's got twin turbos on it. It's the same block we used in the Ford GT, which a year ago won the 24 Hours of Le Mans, made over 650 horse. This one puts out 450 horse, 510 foot-pounds of torque. So a lot of you off-roaders know it's not so much the horsepower, but the torque that gets the job done. 510 foot-pounds of torque, running through a 10-speed automatic transmission. We've got a lot of sound deadening under the hood to help keep the truck quiet and gentlemanlike, or ladylike. So when you're going to and from work and not playing off-road, the truck is very quiet. And I'd say thank you for coming down and looking at my Raptor. Would you like to drive it?
I would love to drive it.
So come on. This one is an automatic, Tony.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Welcome aboard, Tony.
All right.
If you notice, this truck has an automatic transmission.
It does. Seat belt for safety.
It's actually quieter in the truck than you'd expect. And we have the windows open right now, so you can kind of get some of the outside sound.
I love this, like the high stance that you have in this vehicle. And solid new. Now my uncle has an F250 from like 2004. It's amazing how much tighter this is.
Tony, we're going to get a little bit off-road here. We're going to our back lot that's not paved, and then we can get out in the sand if you want.
Guys, I love this. I love it.
So the real test on this, Tony, is after you drive this, drive your car through here, and you can see the difference. Especially if you were moving, you can start feeling how soft this is.
This must be a great off-road experience.
It's the ultimate. If you've ever watched ice road truckers, all their police vehicles and emergency vehicles are Raptors.
Really?
The reason for that is the car is set up to go off-road right off the bat.
That one?
Yep.
You know, it's funny. It's a huge vehicle, but it feels smaller when you're behind the wheel. Love this hefty steering wheel. Now, though, you said before it has a front
forward-facing camera.
Forward-facing camera. How do you see that? Look at that.
There's your forward-facing camera. I don't know if you can see it with the camera and the camera.
Yeah, that's cool.
At about 5 miles an hour, the camera cuts out, so it's good for low-speed driving.
So if you're navigating through
a rock field or ruts.
And again, this red notch here is so when you're off-road, let's see if I remember, and you're up in the air, let's say, or you're a little disorientated, right?
Yes.
This red notch tells you that you're straight.
The wheels are straight.
The wheels are straight.
This could be a big problem if you got the wheels turned 90 degrees one way or another and coming down.
I love it. Now I gotta like make a hell of a lot more videos so I can afford one of these.
Now I wish I could turn the stereo on and show you how that works, but I don't think your equipment is going to record the Bang & Olufsen speaker system in this truck.
Sing after you, I'm falling even more in love with you. Letting go of all.
That's nice.
It has a nice sound.
I'm standing here.
You gotta wake all the deer up when you're out in the woods.
I love it, Pete. It's a beautiful vehicle.
Should we wrap one up for you to take home?
Yeah, in about
It's out of most people's price range.
I know. But it's a gorgeous vehicle.
It's like everything else. It's one of our dream cars.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you for letting me drive it.
Oh, Tony, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And as usual, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll be back here with Pete. Maybe we can take a look at some Lincolns.
That would be an awesome.
Lincolns are awesome. Like, they've really...
They're not your father's Lincoln
no, they're
anymore.
not your father's Lincolns anymore. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Tony.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Keep pushing play, guys.